Retrograde Amnesia is a member of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Go to greenlitpodcasts.com to find out about the other shows on the network. To support the show, visit us at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, and access to our growing collection of premium podcasts, where we cover other JRPGs like Terranigma, Parasite Eve, and Star Ocean.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I got some Final Fantasy VII spoilers. Is that okay? Can we talk about Final Fantasy VII spoilers real quick?
Yeah,
What's a more heartbreaking moment in Final Fantasy? The death of Aerith, or Squall and Kisses' conversation in the training center when he tells her to talk to a wall?
Well, first off, I don't know what you mean by Aerith.
Aerith.
Of course. Thank you. I think the death of Aerith was more emotionally manipulative as far as classic human drama. But as far as build up and then release as a properly emotional pull, it's got to be the Squall and Kisses conversation.
It has to be. That's like the
other one's a shortcut. That one is like a well-written, organized, like plot.
That scene I had completely forgotten about.
It's also more complicated because she arguably deserved it.
Yeah, it's great. Great stuff.
Aerith didn't deserve to die.
No, of course not. She wanted to, though. Eric, would you like to hear some hot sounds that I recorded?
Sure, Chris. Great intro.
Okay, thanks. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 3, Final Fantasy VIII. Tonight, we plot our course with some dopey Resistance members who are somehow competent. Or maybe not competent. I'm not sure.
I think the word's incompetent.
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 Not competent. My name's Chris. I'm not competent. I'm joined tonight by Eric. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris. I'm not a cop.
Hey. Well, you called the cops last week, I think. Maybe. We are also joined by the Real Net, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You can join us. Patreon.com/RetroAM.
We are also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production artificial intelligence companion and current pilot of Rob Zombie's Dragula from the music video for Dragula.
Initializing Fake Net. It's a piece of shit, but it's enough to get me to work, get groceries, compete in Twisted Metal 4, and pick up the kids.
Hello, Fake Net. Nice to see you.
I don't exist and you can't see me.
Hear you.
You hear but you don't listen.
Be in your presence.
Then why don't you treat me like a god?
Hi.
Hello, Crisp.
So, Eric, where did we leave off last time? I think we just met Renoa, right?
Yeah, we met Renoa and then went off to the center of the train to hear their plan for what we've been hired to do.
Yeah, it's finally time for the strategy meeting, the battle map. It's battle map time, I think. We're getting to that point in video games.
Every RPG has a good battle map.
Yeah, every good RPG, we should say.
We've just left Renoa's room. Timber Owls resumes. My white coat guy, who I went back to that save room again, he says we've reached our destination. That's why the train's come to a sudden stop. And there's nothing wrong with the train. Don't worry. Nothing is wrong with this train.
Yeah, it seems strange that he wants to go ahead and volunteer that information to us. It's like, don't worry. When somebody tells you that something is wrong, or something is not wrong,
when you can sense nothing wrong,
then you know something is probably not great.
They also said that Squall is lucky to come away without a scratch from his meeting with Renoa.
Yeah, she must be
like feisty.
Does wake her up.
Combat people in introductions. I don't know. She seemed pretty nice last night.
I don't know. I guess
that sentence sounds more sinister than I meant it to, but
no.
You know,
maybe she just doesn't like being awakened.
Okay,
awoken.
Right,
woke.
So then something strange happened on the walk back to the main car. Did you notice when you were walking through that hallway that Renoa was kind of crouching down on the ground, and then she stands up when you walk in?
Yeah, she has a very distinct crouching pose that she does a lot.
Whenever it's like her resting pose.
Yeah, it's her hanging out pose. Yeah,
a lot of people in 13 Sentinels do that, and I don't know if that's like a cultural thing of squatting is more an Eastern, like relaxed position.
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with how they sit on toilets. Maybe
it's a possibility.
Because aren't holes in ground toilets more prevalent in Eastern culture? Obviously,
yes,
than here.
I took a shit in one on a train actually in Japan. Thank you.
Was it hard to maintain your balance?
No, it was cool.
You were good?
I mean, it was my first time, so I wasn't a pro at it, but I didn't fall over into the horizontal urinal that I was squatting over.
I feel like I would.
You want to try it? We can go rip a urinal off a wall, and you can just do it whenever you want.
Okay, why don't I just try to why don't we just draw a circle?
Just take a shit outside. it's bullseye. Hey, got it. We'll light this. We'll put leaves around it and light it on fire around the sides. So if you fall off, there's a penalty.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that.
Great idea.
Yeah.
So you get back in that car, and Squall introduces Renoa to everyone. They say hello, then open up that door behind Watts, and we all rush in. Did you see this door beforehand? This door? I thought it was just like background. How wide are these fucking train cars? I am constantly amazed by the pocket dimension of this train.
It's like Optimus Prime's trailer.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It just summons out of the ether to join him to, what's his little car's name?
Roller.
Roller.
Of course. So now we're in the strategy car. New music, Chris. Well, not new, familiar music. Seed plays.
Seed.
There appears to be a scale model of whatever operation we're conducting on a table in the middle of the room. Also, there's some guy's portrait on the back wall. Did you see this?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit plastered to the wall in here. Mm-hmm. There's a bulletin board with notes and whatnot. There is a portrait. I don't know if that's supposed to be the patron saint of timber owls.
Well, no, we learn who it is later. It is our target, our mark. I'm not going to say his name yet because he hasn't been introduced yet.
Oh,
but there's another picture of him later that's the exact same picture.
Okay, I missed that. Okay.
So this is our objective.
I thought it was just some guy.
Zone says this is a full-scale operation, installing confidence in our young seeds.
Yes, thank you.
Our resistance, the forest owls, will be forever known in the pages of Timber's independence. He thinks this is very exciting.
Yeah, I guess. Everyone kind of fidgets around for a second before he continues. Like, I'm not sure what that was supposed to express, but it made me feel...
Restlessness?
Yeah, it made me feel like the Squall and friends were just like,
I mean, yeah, what's happening is the forest owls are going to do a hard sell here, and then our seeds are going to be like, oh, well, we're going to do it, but oh, geez.
Yeah.
At some point, Zone starts talking about how they got hold of top secret info from Galbadia, but Watts cuts him off, saying we already have the information.
Yeah.
Which is a strange sentence. And then Zone says there is a VIP coming to Timber. Watts corrects him. Super VIP.
Super VIP.
Super VIPP.
Yeah, this is an interesting time in dialogue box history because while Zone is talking, Watts is constantly chiming in by embellishing his language, saying super VIP or...
He's like his hype man.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Flava Flav technology was invented here for this scene, I guess.
The guy's name is Vinzer Delling?
Yeah.
Vinzer Delling? FakeNet, how do you say that name?
Initializing FakeNet.
Vincer Delling. That's Vincer Delling.
Quote, our arch enemy and the president of Galbadia.
Oh, I was a little shocked here. Well, maybe not shocked, but I was surprised to see that the leader of a country or whatever he is was just called a president. Mm-hmm. You know, usually in Final Fantasies, it's the chancellor, the viceroy, or something.
That could have been a localization thing, right?
It could be, but you know, the whole way this dude presents is rather, presidential, for lack of a better term.
And that's whose portrait is on that back wall.
Gotcha.
Watts says the guy is a scoundrel. He's a dictator, not even a president. He's not even popular in Galbadia.
He's an autocrat, Richard. Okay, yeah.
Renoa says he's taking a private train. Selphie then interrupts Zone and asks if their plan is to blow it to smithereens with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, Zone and Watts, when they hear that, they cannot believe the shit. Like, they immediately, jettison themselves to the back of the train. Like, they slide backwards.
They're shook.
Yeah.
I think, Selphie is, of course, an eccentric, kind of. But I think she's completely serious here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the kind of scale of operations that Seed usually takes. Oh, or we're going to kill the president with a rocket launcher?
Yes. I think that's my read on Selphie as well, is that Selphie isn't...
She's earnest.
She believes what she's selling.
This is not an exaggeration. If Zell said this, we'd be like, shut the fuck up, okay? But no, she's serious.
Yeah.
Zell then starts shaking and asks these jokers to get to the point.
Yeah, he just wants to beat ass. He wants to know what he needs to do to beat ass.
Just tell us what to do. And Chris, imagine their impression of these Seed members as bloodthirsty maniacs.
I mean, it's kind of how they were raised.
Children who kill.
Yes. Now it's time for the battle map. I love a good battle map. You know what this battle map's about?
Trains.
It's about trains. I love a good train. I love a good battle map. I love a good train.
Polar Express.
Yes. Renoa says she's going to go over the model. The model includes 2 parallel train tracks. The top track has 2 cars, and the bottom one has 4 cars. It also appears there's a train track interchange thing that connects the 2 things in the battle map model.
There's probably a real name for that, right? Switch?
Switch interchange is, yes. FakeNet?
Initializing FakeNet.
It's generally just called a railroad switch, but they can also be referred to as junctions. Junctions. Strange word for this game.
Then we learn some more details about what we're looking at here. We apparently are riding on the yellow train. That's the base. Mm-hmm. I call it the Raider because it says Raider on it in real life.
Just like the real Raiders, yellow.
Yes, of course. Right next to us is the dummy car. They made the dummy car to look exactly like the president's car in real life. I got confused here because what they mean is that they have an exact replica of the president's car in real life.
Do you have any idea how expensive that would be to reproduce?
Probably pretty expensive, but they do hail from a town that has a television station, so maybe
the television station doesn't work.
Well, yeah, but maybe they snuck into the old props warehouse or something. I don't know. Who knows? The Galbadian train has 3 cars. First, there's the locomotive, followed by the first escort. The red car in this model is the president's car. The last car, the second escort. Once we get on this one, we begin the operation. Renoa says, quote, "Our ultimate goal is to seize the president in his car using our base. That means we'll have to switch our dummy car with the president's car. We'll use the 2 switch points leading up to Timber to carry out this operation."
That's pretty good as far as wild video game schemes go.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting the natural evolution of the shit that we just went through in Dole A, like with the seed exam. Like, they are very clearly selling Final Fantasy VIII at this point to the player as this game is going to be a series of weird set piece mission things.
Yeah, well, for now.
For now.
Yeah.
If the whole game was like that, also would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but also at this point in time, I'm kind of yearning to be like, guys, can I have a dungeon, please? Mm-hmm. Can we have a dungeon with the boss and some treasure chests? I really kind of want the opportunity to, just try to find my way.
Or force your way.
Force my way, find my way, same thing. We did have to find our way in the fire cavern, but that's about it.
Watt says the guards here have a sound sensor and a temperature sensor.
Yeah, that's interesting, I guess.
So when you're walking across the train, he says, stop if there is a blue guard below you. Run if there is a red guard below you. And this is Final Fantasy VIII screaming to do anything with movement mechanics beyond basic movement.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start talking about uncoupling cars. Rinoa is going to send codes to Squall, which correspond 4321 based on PlayStation buttons, or if you're Chris, Switch buttons.
Yes.
Letters.
Yeah, Super Nintendo buttons.
Great. In the model, the president's car looks like shit because Rinoa made it with stuff she found at the gift store.
Yeah.
Zell says he thought some kid made it, which is a sick burn.
There's a lot of conversation about how much they hate the fucking model, by the way.
I just capitalized the word kid out of habit.
It happens.
Anyway, Zell says the paint job, quote, sucks, end quote, too. Rinoa says she made it shitty on purpose, as it represents her hatred toward Delling. Delling, Yingling?
Delling. It's Delling.
Selfie says it's one of the ugliest things she's seen in her life, and Rinoa must really hate him. Rinoa says, shut the fuck up, let's do this.
Rinoa says she's going to describe the procedures of this operation in 7 steps. Step 1, sneak on board the second escort, which I guess just means jump on the fucking train. Step 2, proceed cautiously across the roof of the second escort. Watts then reminds us that the second escort is the only one that is equipped with the aforementioned sensors. Step 3 is to proceed across the roof of the president's car. Zone tells us that the president hates the company of his guards and keeps them away from his car, which is very convenient to this plot, by the way. Step 4 is to uncouple the first escort car. If we screw this up, it's game over, loser. Step 5 is to have the dummy car and our base move in after the uncoupling. Step 6 is to uncouple the second escort car. Step 7 is to escape with the president's car in our base. After that, we'll return to our base and prepare to confront Delling, i.e. save before the boss battle.
When I was younger, I remember using my Algebra 2 notebook to write these steps down because I was getting into it to think it was a real mission, and I didn't know if I could, because this is a lot to remember.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't sure if the game was going to remind you at every instance, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to screw up the mission, Chris.
Knowing how this plays out, I question the necessity of the amount of exposition that we get for this because it's not really that complex because they kind of walk you through it. Shy Guy 32 on the RealNet says step 8, profit.
Right.
Also true.
Question marks.
Renoa also says something that I found curious. She says that we have exactly 5 minutes to complete 7 procedures. And it seems like these fuckers would not necessarily plan something that required such efficiency. But
Chris, they ran a simulation where it only took 3 minutes. Never mind, they have to find a way to coordinate the train cars in this exacting time that's not even part of this operation.
How did they run a simulation? They have computers?
I don't think you're supposed to ask that question.
To do one of those algebra problems where the train's going in one direction.
This world does have computers based on our desks at Balam Garden, but I wouldn't expect rural communities to have computers. Like, that seems like some military. It's kind of how the internet was only a government thing until the late 80s, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're dealing with here.
Okay.
We should be on the lookout for another computer in this video game.
Zone also follows that up by saying a piece of cake for seed, right? Selfie says that it's too easy, and Squall just spits dots at that.
In my head, Squall is saying amateur hour over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though he himself is a rookie. My next note after the last part is you can have Renoa explain it all again if you want to go through it all.
Yeah, my note there is Jesus Christ, no.
No, please
don't.
no.
Yeah, now it's time to decide the party, which this is kind of funny because we don't really have a choice to decide the party.
No.
Watts says that he's good at gathering information and runs away because whenever there's an opportunity to decide on a party, Watts just runs away and says, I'm going to go get some information. He's going to go talk to the townsfolk or something. Zone, of course, just gets diarrhea.
Right, and we're not going to play the sound effect for that because we're counting diarrhea characters, not instances of diarrhea.
For now, Zone, you're on your own, Zone.
The train starts moving again.
Yeah, Renoa shakes her head and she says, we're moving again, and she'll go look.
This is the point where I noticed the whiteboard said President of Galbadia next to that picture.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
it's like, don't put your plans right there in the open, guys.
Yeah, just have all the evidence. Are you taking notes on a criminal conspiracy?
Yeah, have Watts memorize that shit or something. I don't know.
Did you go back to the save room?
I did. I went back to the engine room, or save room, whatever it's called, because I wanted to save my game. The president's dummy is in there.
Yeah.
You speak with it, and it speaks. It's like a wind-up doll or something.
Yeah, it's got like a pull string tab. He says he's in a bad mood and we need to leave immediately.
Yeah.
And I forgot they were making a dummy, so I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I was very confused.
Where'd this come from?
At first I thought it was a guy that was dressed up as the president or something. I was like, this is a weird video.
Yeah, that would have been, I mean, they should have Mission Impossible mask technology here.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I mean, come on. Luigi, though, the man that looks like Luigi.
He's holding his arms out zombie-like?
Yeah, he's the one who made this robot. He's very proud of it.
He says it looks real, and no one will realize it's fake. The other guy says they're going to have it hold a newspaper to trick the stupid guards. My guy in the white brags about making this stupid thing.
Yeah,
so
they did a great job.
Great. Did you go back to Renoa's room?
Not yet. I think I did later, though, so go ahead.
Her bed is now folded into a couch.
Yeah.
And a copy of Pet Pals Volume 2 is on it.
Hell yeah. Now we can...
I think this is your last opportunity to play Watson cards if you want to get that Angelo card.
Yeah. I did look this up because I did forget to get the Angelo card, and he does show up again later in the game. But
it's going to be a while for you, son.
Yeah.
Then you can tell Watch you're ready for the mission. Chris, shall we conduct our mission?
We should conduct our mission. Do we have the music here? Is it called The Mission?
The mission plays as we're on top of these trains.
Cool.
The side of the train says, the president's private train.
Awesome. Like, there's no wind up to this. We're just suddenly we're just on top of the train.
Yeah, I picture them trying to figure out how to do this with art assets and going, let's just beam them up there.
Yeah.
Renoa is on one side, and we walk over to her in a haunch stance, which I don't think we've seen before. It's like a new character walk animation.
Yeah. It's like the slightly press the analog stick forward in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yes. Our train pulls alongside the other train, which is something you think the other train would notice, at least someone on it.
Yeah.
Renoa tells us we need to time our jumps well, and we now have exactly 5 minutes to conduct the whole operation.
Cool.
The pause button does not work.
Oh.
Squall then Quap leaps over to the next train. After a screen transition, Zell, Selfie, and Renoa are already on the other side.
Yeah, did you notice on that jump that she tells you that you can save some time and by timing your jump properly? What is that all about?
I have no idea.
So
I just hit the X button.
I did have to do this a couple times, and there are some moments in which you can, like, the train moves closer to the other train, like they kind of.
Well, do you do some Nathan Drake shit if you like barely grab it?
I think you just jump to the other screen like a half second quicker. I don't think it actually matters.
Every second counts, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe they were trying to make this a bit more of a precise operation than it ultimately turned out to be, and this was something that was maybe more of a requirement the first time around.
Well, Chris, now there's a blue and red Galbadian soldier in the train car below. And what was the rules? Like, stay still over the blue one, you can run on the red ones?
I immediately panicked and forgot.
Yeah?
Because I didn't write it down. I just held left.
Yeah, so did I.
And just ran. And
how'd that work out for you?
Nothing fucking...
Nope. I said, yeah, totally fine. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I was like, did they just, like, take something out of the game? Did they, like... Were they planning on...
Like, were
making
we just
that
pumped?
harder?
Were we fooled? Were these actually non-existent mechanics and you're supposed to think about something that doesn't exist?
I don't know. It's weird.
Then we cut to the president's car.
Yeah.
I think the real president's car.
Yeah, we see inside the president's car, there's a Galbadian soldier in here. He's telling the president that everything is in order. The president gets kind of piffed, is that a word? Miffed, annoyed, yes. And he complains that this guy has checked in 27 times now. He wants to know how many more times he plans to disturb him with a meaningless report. The soldier apologizes and says that it's my duty, sir. The president says it's hard to believe that anyone would put up with this nonsense, and then he dismisses the soldier. Then the soldier begins to wonder if he's going to lose next month's paycheck. He's going to have to put off his proposal to his GF for now. Eric, do not humanize the Nazis.
No, of course not.
Don't do it.
Don't show them as people.
Yeah.
So now we're on the second car.
Yeah.
We're presented with a mini game where you descend a ladder while Zell and Selphie keep a lookout for guards. You need to input 3 codes consecutively. So basically, you go down this ladder, and then the code with the button prompt comes up. Renoa reads the code to you, and then you put it in according to the buttons.
Yeah.
Did you mess this up?
Later I did.
If a guard sees you, you got to, I think you have to just start all over again, maybe?
Well, yeah, it cuts to a dialogue box, and Renoa says something to Squall, and your choices are like, no, don't worry, I got this, or we're fucked.
Yeah.
If you pick we're fucked, it's game. You get game over.
Really?
Yeah, so you can do, and I did choose that to see what would happen, and it gives you the opportunity to go back and do it again. So I did that later so that I could try to get a perfect run to see what the reward would be or see how it would play out differently. But it's not necessary to get a good score on this. Like, the rewards are very paltry.
I messed it up, and then I didn't get I don't know what happened, but I got 6 minutes when I started it over instead of 5.
Yeah.
Which is pretty generous.
Again, it feels like that they had this large plan in place for the player to come through and execute this perfectly and having to study the notes and whatnot. But in the end, it's like, oh yeah, this is a video game and it's an RPG and we shouldn't make this too hard.
This time I actually memorized what buttons corresponded to which number, but they just put the literal key to it right next to where Squall is on the screen.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, at least in my game. Like, it said triangle, square, X, but within like a 4 on triangle, a 2 on X, all that stuff. So you could just magically do that. So then we do it successfully. You know what happens? CG cutscene.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In-game models of our heroes are on top of the CG train barreling down the tracks. It zooms in on a coupling linkage, which slowly comes apart. It cuts back out to a wide shot in which our party appears slightly after the train, which is creepy. And the 2 train cars begin to separate. The decoy train races alongside and switches tracks at the perfect time, seamlessly coupling itself to the main train. There's then a wide drone shot of the trains all linking together. The end.
So now we cut back into the president's car again. We see the Galbadian soldier is reporting into the president once again. However, it's the dummy this time. The dummy's in there, dummy.
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah, it's reading the newspaper and it starts spouting off the lines that we heard when we first met it in the engine room.
The soldier is relieved when Delling doesn't even respond this time.
Yeah, it's like, fucking hell yeah.
Like, at least he's not angry.
Then a red Galbadian soldier comes in and chastises the blue one and tells him to get back to his post. And then he suddenly begins wondering if this is even the right train. He says it looks a little bit different, which I thought was going to be a tip-off that this whole thing was going to go foobar and we were going to have to actually do a real battle here or something, but no.
I think the soldiers are so rattled about interacting with them, they're not noticing the fine details.
Yeah, that's true.
The dummy president says his lines he said in the car.
Yeah.
And you talk to him about it being in a bad mood and ordering them to leave immediately.
Yeah. The blue soldier, after he gets yelled at by the red one, the blue soldier wonders what he's going to do. He's not going to be able to afford the ring and no candlelit dinner. He's not ever going to be able to get married.
That's not my problem, Chris.
Yeah. Again, do not humanize the Nazis. I don't know if these guys are Nazis, but they are fascist soldiers.
They're the bad guys.
They're the bad guys.
Also, we're the bad guys.
Also true. Good job. Now we're on to the second escort car. Renoa says that after this one, we are home free.
This car is very similar to the first one where you have to descend a ladder and put in codes, but Zell and Selphie aren't here to warn you if people are approaching, but I think you can pan the camera right to check out who's walking up.
Yeah, you can press R1, I think, to pan over there, and so you've got to be a little bit more careful. This is the one that I actually failed on because I tried to rush through it.
Yeah, you have to do 5 codes consecutively this time.
So I think it works better if you do like 2 or 3, go up, and come back to the last 2.
You got to ration it out. The scrolling background on top of this that goes by actually looks really good for a PlayStation game.
The scrolling trees look amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess, like, I don't know how amazing a scrolling tree can look, but like for the time, the tech that was available here, it looks great. They did a great job of masking the motion.
Stationary object with the motion back.
Mm-hmm. There's one more CG cutscene where the Raiders car slides in and takes the president's real car.
Up.
Yeah. And then we have stolen the president. Yes, we will kill the president.
Of course.
Yes. Allegedly parody. So, yeah, now we're back on the train. Zone says that we've waited so long for this encounter with Vinzer.
It went pretty well, all things considered, the stupid plan they developed.
Yeah.
Which usually is a bad sign.
Yeah, I know. Watts says, was that perfect, sir? Amazing, sir. You're the best, sir. Then my seed rank went up by 1.
Mine went down.
Oh, you sucked this game.
I'm level 3 now.
Oh, really? I'm like 9.
God damn it.
I did look up how this stuff was calculated, and the thing of note is that the score for the seed rank, the value that's assigned to each seed rank, it goes down by 10 every time you're paid. So you can't just...
Oh, sit there and let it idle overnight and get paid over and over again?
Yeah, run in circles or whatever.
So then Zone gets stomach pains again as Watts says to leave the intelligence up to him.
Yeah, Renoa can't believe this shit. Although Zone gets diarrhea all the time, I don't know why she doesn't believe this shit, because he does have to take a shit. She tells us that as soon as we're ready, she'll begin, quote, serious negotiations with the president. I think this means she wants to kill the president.
Yeah, I was going to say, what Bush-era dipshit coined enhanced interrogation? Because this is kind of the same metaphor for torture.
It was either Dick Cheney or one of Dick Cheney's subordinates.
Yeah, I think it was a Cheney-esque
fucking Rumsfeld or somebody, I don't know.
Initializing fakelet.
Psychologist James Mitchell developed the actual techniques. Dick Cheney and other Bush Jr.-era goons signed off on it. Condoleezza Rice said they never tortured anyone and maintained the abuse was not torture, but was legal and right. These are war criminals who should die painfully in Minecraft.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Dunn, and I'm inviting you to listen to Our 3 Cents, a weekly podcast where myself and 2 of my very best gaming chums are counting down our top 100 favourite video games of all time. For all the episodes and information, check out our website, www.our3cents.co.uk.
Matt, I've got a great idea for a podcast. You and me, we watch movies, right? And some of them are kind of bad, and so we make fun of them. But maybe some of them are good.
Chris, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And eat snacks. Movie Fighters, an original idea on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
So now we're in the president's car, Chris. There's no music, just train idling noises.
Yeah, did you notice that Squall reminds himself or reminds the player to make sure that the GFs are equipped?
Yes.
For some reason, they've been taken off of Zell and Selfie. Like, I know I had them equipped before this, because I did that before I say, but they've been taken off. So I don't know if that's a fucked upness of the game because they were out of the party temporarily. Technically, kind of.
Had it been since the dream?
Yeah. Yeah, I had reattached them at that save point in the engine room before we started the sequence.
It's weird. I don't remember this in my game.
Oh,
could have happened. I don't know.
Maybe I fucked up. Who knows? So anyway, yeah, it's time to proceed. We can still play cards though if you want to.
Right.
Like you've got one more chance. So I did run back to the save point room one more time before we go proceed to fight the president and talk to all those guys again.
Oh yeah, do they have anything to say mid-match?
A lot.
Oh boy,
there's a lot to say, Eric. I hope you got this. If you didn't, let me take a drink of water because my mouth.
I have none of this.
Okay.
I didn't think to do this.
So there's the guy in the tan shirt, the first guy. He asks if we've seen the clipping on the board in the conference room. He says it's called Anarchist Monthly. They used to write special reports about the president. He saw the guy who wrote the magazine once being taken away to prison. He says, quote, being in prison for telling the truth, that's downright wrong. Then I talked to the guy in the chair. The guy in the chair is going to explain something about the forest owls that we can either hear him out or not be interested. Eric, I chose to hear him out.
Very good, Chris.
He says that Watson Zone's fathers founded the forest owls. 18 years ago, on the day before the big invasion, there was an all-out hunt for resistance members. Watson Zone's fathers both died to protect everyone in the city. Galbadian soldiers shot them in front of everybody as a warning. Everybody looked away as they were executed, but Watson Zone were watching. They saw the whole goddamn thing. Delling glared down at the two of them like they were dirty rats. Shit. He had just become president, so to show his power, he took a soldier's gun and shot their father's already dead body.
It's fucking harsh.
Bodies, plural. Their fathers have 2 separate bodies. From that day on, they decided to carry on with their father's work as forest owls.
So that's how they were radicalized for the resistance?
Yeah.
That's
weird.
Pretty harsh for a teen-rated video game. Shooting an already dead body?
Yeah. Shit. The guy says he decided to become a member after hearing the story. He says, quote, we may look like a bunch of jokers to you guys. Yes, you do. But we all have our stories. This is my story. So try to understand, eh? When it all comes down to it, we get the job done. Still, we've got a long way to go to live up to our 2 founding fathers.
Chris, 2 things.
Yeah.
First off, this is the second or third reference to a thing that happened 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like Chrono Cross, where they keep referencing something that happened, whatever long the incident was ago in that. In Xenogears 3 years ago, like JRPGs that we're playing are heavily reliant on mysterious instances that are not fully explained until much later in the plot.
Yeah, and yeah, I think they said it was 17 years ago since they've had like radio, satellite
radio waves, that
technology.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, here's my pet theory.
Mm-hmm.
This is smarter than the game, but what if this story is not true and it's just a recruitment tool?
Oh yeah, it could be. I mean, Watson Zone both seem like very earnest fellers. Like they don't. I don't think they're the manipulative type. I think
this plainly would have gone better if they were.
Yeah, I think they're living out their romantic dream as best they can.
Did you speak to Weird Hands guy?
Is that Luigi?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
He asked if I want to know how Renoa and Cypher know each other. And I'm like, yes, my dude, please.
Mm-hmm.
He says he just joined and doesn't know, and nobody will tell him. Thank you.
Yeah, the mystery's killing him. Then he fucking falls back asleep.
Yeah.
This part got me thinking. Renoa and Cypher are the only two characters that we've met at this point that have any semblance of, like, character motivation.
Mm-hmm.
If you exclude Zell, like, wanting to beat ass as one of his motivations, and Selphie wanting to plan the garden festival, like, the only people that we've met that are, like, main characters to this point in time that have a goal, that have something in mind.
Well, Kistis had a goal.
Everybody else,
They're along for the ride.
they're working. They're at work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't have a goal every day at my job.
Yeah, it's interesting that they haven't really gone down that path yet, but also it does make sense why we're here, though.
So now we cut to the president's car?
No, did you go to the meeting room, back to the strategy room,
No.
and read the clippings on the magazines on the wall?
What does clipping say, Chris?
Oh, man. So,
This is the Anarchist Weekly.
yeah, there's 3 issues to read. Okay, ready? Let's read the first one.
Okay.
Anarchist Monthly, first issue. Galbadia is a dictatorship. President Vinzer Delling special. How does he stay in power? We reveal his darkest secrets! Exclamation point.
Oh, no.
Second issue. President Delling became the president after the Second Sorceress War ended. I believe this is the first time we've heard about Sorceress Wars, right? I mean, we heard some stuff about sorceresses on
There's a tutorial
the
computer.
computer, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's about it. It says, to gain support quickly, he carried out the invasion of Timber. It was only a ploy to decorate an already corrupt man's immortal career. And then it says...
Curious use of the word immortal there.
Yeah, it's weird. It then goes on to talk about a little bit about the D District facility or prison that was built in the South.
D-Block prison.
D Block, D District, I think. Millions were sent to build the facility. The threat of being sent to this place intensified Delling's unpopularity.
So that's the second mention of that prison, which means we're definitely going there either as prisoners or to bust somebody out at some point in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like
Locations aren't just mentioned that you don't go to.
Yeah. It also says they began imprisoning Galbanian anti-government sympathizers just as they did in Timber. Moreover, the leaders of the resistance face the threat of having family members in prison as well. Around this time, Delling began surrounding himself with only loyalists, which turned him into an even more fierce dictator. Final issue, Anarchist Monthly. With the exception of Eshtar, the Galbadian military possesses the world's only long-range missiles. Although never used in combat, their existence has become a worldwide threat. It is said that the missiles have the ability to hit any target with astounding accuracy, even without using radio signals. Will the time come for the president to push the button? When the time comes. Ellipsis. And it says, the print is blurred out on the last part.
I have to question the technology sharing motivations of this world. Like, only one city has a satellite. Only one city has a TV station. Only one city has ICBMs.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. Huh.
I don't really have anywhere else to go with that.
Yeah, it's a good point. Just don't have any follow-up information to give
Sounds
you.
more like an instance where plot is overriding a plausible world and not necessarily in a good way. I mean, it's cool that one city has the satellite dish, but my suspension of disbelief is threatened.
Yeah, they never really give us a good reason why there's one city that has a satellite dish, unless like just no one else has built one because of the tech, or you can't use radio. I don't understand.
All the scientists were executed.
Yeah, I mean, Delay had one, right?
Yeah, that's the only one.
And Delay doesn't really seem like a bastion of technology or anything like that. It's just a fucking...
Kind of a coastal town.
We'll go there later. It's just some fucking highfalutin wine and cheese town, basically.
In the fiction, Dole is the last remnant of the former power before Galbadia.
Yeah.
Chris, are we in the president's car yet?
No, yeah, we're in the president. Yeah, now we're ready. Let's go to the president's car. The music stops when we go there.
It's just train idling noises.
Yeah.
Renoa walks in with seeds in tow to confront Delling. As long as you don't resist, you won't get hurt.
Yeah.
Music plays, Chris. Starting up.
Starting up.
Starting up.
I don't think we've heard this since the Dole satellite investigation. Not satellite, since the Dole... Yeah, satellite.
I actually couldn't find the name of the song because I thought that song was unique to that sequence.
Yeah, it was like part of the FMV last time.
But I'm looking at the soundtrack right now, and this is not the one on the streaming services. There is a starting up and a starting up looped. So,
must be this.
Yeah.
Delling asks what happens if he does resist. Renoa fires exclamation points and steps back because she clearly hadn't planned for this in her scenario.
Yeah, Squall's wondering what's wrong.
Yeah. Delling rises and says, "Boo-hoo, too bad. I'm not the president. I'm what they call a body double."
Yes, it's the fake net president.
No, I am a god.
Shit. She's gonna get upset with you for saying that, Crisp.
Crisp's words don't hurt me.
All these rumors about the many resistance groups in Timber, you pass along a little false information and they fall for it. How pathetic. Seems like there are only amateurs around here.
Renoa can't believe this shit.
Delling says his butt hurts from all this city young lady.
Sitting, comma, young lady.
Oh, I wrote down city. I thought that was weird. My guy then doubles over and his speech starts to become intercapped.
Yep.
He asks what was in store for him if he resisted again. Selfie covers her head. Renoa takes a knee, and this fake Delling says it's quite amusing, even for amateurs. How dare you insult the president? Force Your Way plays.
Yeah. You
Boss
know why?
fight music. Why is that?
It's a boss battle.
Fuck.
It's time to fight creepy president businessman guy.
My guy's wearing a suit. He tells us we fell for it. He runs over to Selfie, arms outstretched, and bites her face. It does 69 damage.
Nice. In my in my game, he bit Zell's shoulders, but I'm sure Zell doesn't appreciate that.
No, it sucks.
So Zell punches him in the fucking face.
All he has to draw is Cure. Everybody on my team already has 100 of those.
Yeah. Eric, did you scan him?
No, of course not.
I scanned him. His name? Fake President.
Shit. Not my president.
He's President Delling's double. Attacks in a strange way, but not very strong. However, ... That's it.
Attacks in a strange way. Very nice.
Yeah, bites you in the fucking neck, like all presidents do.
He says this is amusing as I beat the shit out of him, and this is very funny to me.
I have a note here that just says, God, I love the boss music in this game. Is this the best Final Fantasy boss music?
I like To Those Who Fight Further, or For Those Who Fight Further in 7.
I do too.
It's great.
I think those...
Guitar shreds.
I think, yeah, the guitar shredding is... The fact that Uematsu has a, maybe not an obsession, but an appreciation for guitar shredding really enhances.
He has the Black Mages.
Yeah.
The Black Mages have a version of this song that we're probably listening to right now. Like,
Yeah.
that guy's into it.
The guy fucking shreds. It's great. So...
The train car is shaking and it's irritating for this whole battle too, which I also don't like because I'm trying to take notes and you look up and the TV's shaking around.
It also does seem strange. I think we're going to get an explanation for this at some point in the game, but at this point in time, I'm thinking that it seems really strange that they sent this like newly appointed seed crew that was graduated high school yesterday to assassinate the president of the most powerful nation on the planet.
With a bunch of rinky-dink amateurs and the
Yeah.
plan works but also doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes, curious.
I think that's the point, actually, is that the plan probably isn't supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
Eventually, he falls over, then starts to ragdoll like he's stuck on the edge of a polygon.
Yeah.
He turns a bunch of colors, melts like Judge Doom. Then light shoots out over the floor so he reemerges like a silver sludge-based tyrant from Resident Evil.
Yeah. New enemy. There's fingernails coming out of fingernails, feet coming out of hips. Pretty good monster design with this thing.
It's a big damn mess.
Yeah.
Did you scan this one?
I did. His name is Gero Gero.
Fuck. Well, how's that spelled, Chris?
Gero Gero. Gero Gero.
What's that mean, Chris?
Fake net. What's Gero Gero mean?
Initializing fake net.
The closest I could find is it's an onomatopoeia for the sounds frogs make.
In Dragon Ball GT, there was a robot that they traveled with named Gero. Gero Gero Gero.
Dragon Ball Gran Turismo?
Grand Tour. It's not canon. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thanks. I was immediately concerned. Chris, my guy has 4 spells. Isuna. Double. Berserk. And Zombie.
Yes, by the
In
cranberries.
your head.
Shit, fuck. Why don't we both go there?
What else you can do with Zombie? We've already made a Resident Evil reference 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's true. We did? Oh, yeah, we did.
Did you spend time drawing 100 of these for every character?
Well, no.
God damn, I did.
Well, here's what I did. It's funny because this guy, you can draw Berserk from him, and I decided that I was going to do that. I was going to get 100 of everything, but
Yeah.
he keeps berserking my own guys.
Well, Chris, he also has Asuna, so you draw and cast that immediately.
Yeah, but I just didn't really want to deal with all that shit.
Oh, 3x speed, Chris. It's great. You should
Well,
try it.
I did do that. So my plan here was to draw as many spells as I can until my berserked party member killed him. So
Okay.
I just let the berserk party member attack
Auto battle.
him. Yeah, basically, until I
Hey,
got what I wanted.
While we're here, FakeNet, if you've got any sounds for Berserk or Zombie, play those now.
I played him already, at the appropriate time because I am a bloody professional. Unlike you amateurs.
Thanks, FakeNet.
Follow-up question, what does Zombie do?
I don't know the answer to this. But
FakeNet.
FakeNet.
Fake net.
Initializing fake net.
The afflicted receives damage from curative items and magic, and is instantly killed by life magic and items. Targets under this status gain innate immunity to instant death and doom. Take double damage from holy elemental attacks, and take half damage from physical attacks.
Now, what I think it does is that it gives the character an undead property.
So heals hurt?
Yes, but I think that introduces some additional resistances maybe. So I'm not exactly sure what the benefit of it is, but
even though FakeNet just told us, you still don't know?
That's correct. I don't know.
Great. Time travel. My guy loves casting Darkness, Silence, and Berserk. Also, we'll talk about this later, but if someone casts Darkness on you and you're still in like the middle of a dungeon, it just stays. It never gets cured until you go back to sleep. You just have Darkness forever.
Can you just use Asuna on it?
But then I won't have 100 of them.
You can get more.
Not at the moment. What if I need it? What if I need 100 of those?
Cool. Okay, sure. Don't you have any remedies in your inventory?
I don't have item as an available option.
You can use it outside of battle though, right?
But then what if I need it later?
You gotta give it to Wayne. Give it to Wayne.
Put it, yeah.
Patreon.com/RetroAM
Parasite Eve. So I drew 100 of each spell just in case I need it, and then I kick his ass and get some zombie powder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, zombie powder, thanks.
I picture that as just an item that is the zombie spell.
I think so, yeah. Don't know.
Now we're back in the base card. Timber Owls resumes playing, so you know the op is over.
Yeah.
Zone can't believe this shit, that the president was a fake.
Yeah.
Renoa also cannot believe this shit. Curiously, the seeds say nothing, so they definitely believe this shit.
Yeah, I mean, they saw a giant robot spider yesterday, so I mean, this isn't the craziest thing they've seen. I mean, come on now.
Watts rushes in, saying he found out the real reason why the president is here.
It's big news.
He's going to the TV station, and security is super tight.
Tight. Renoa can't figure out why they would want to do this in Timber when they can just broadcast just as easily from Galbadia.
Selfie wonders if it has anything to do with the Dole communication tower.
Thank you, Selfie. Squall, he kind of shrugs, and then he begins recounting the communication tower sequence as if we forgot. It cuts to a scene of showing Biggs and Wedge working on that fucking thing.
Yeah, tinkering with it. They say it can transmit and receive radio waves. You know, like a communications tower, Chris.
Yeah.
He says it has been abandoned for a long time, but the Galbadian army got it up and running yesterday, which indirectly confirms that all of this shit happened yesterday.
Great.
Zone says the only TV station that can handle broadcast over the air is in Timber. So it's not the only TV station, it's the only one that has air broadcast technology. He says that other stations use HD cable, which only supports online broadcasting.
Isn't that how TV works now?
Yeah, it is, kind of. I mean, this is like, I guess some providers still use satellite, but a lot of it just is like big fat pipe fiber optic cable, right?
Yeah.
HD wasn't a term I had heard in 99. Or no, I think H.H. Gregg, me and Kyle used to ride our bikes up there and look at the $10,000 HD TV that did like 720p or something.
Yeah.
Renoa would like to know what the president wants to broadcast. Selfie thinks it's love and peace, and again, Chris, I am forced to believe she's earnest.
Yes. Zell, Zone, and Watts can't believe that she just said that shit. My next note is, what is the point of Selfie?
I was listening to a podcast where they described Tim Tebow as an empty head, and that's what I believe Selfie is also here.
Yeah, was it Citations Needed?
Yeah.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, it was a wonderful episode.
It was a great episode because I'm invested in college sports, and so I already know a lot of the background of this shit, and they were presenting that for their audience, and it's a great analysis of all that shit. It was wonderful. Great job. Patreon.com/Nima
Citations.
Citations Needed.
FakeNet, what's their Patreon?
Just go. You don't have to.
Initializing FakeNet.
Patreon.com/Citations Needed podcast.
Media literacy.
Just go listen to the podcast. Citations Needed. It's good. It'll give you good information about good things. And it's good. Also good.
Zone notes that radio waves haven't been used in 17 years, which is just 1 year past the other 18-year mark. Renoa thinks it would be wonderful if the first broadcast could be Timber's Declaration of Independence. Chris, this young, naive idealist.
Yeah. I was about to say Renoa is full of romantic dreams.
Yes. Oh, that's a much better way to describe that.
Yeah. Wow.
My romantic dream. Zone thinks that might be possible, and the gang resolves to come up with a plan. Then something weird happens. Zone, Watts, and Renoa, like, I was thinking, they'll like plan something, but no, they get in like a triangle, they squat and start scheming a plan.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing fucking craps.
They're playing Yahtzee in the corner down there.
Craps is not the word I was looking for.
Dice?
Yeah, it looks like they're bending over to shoot dice.
There you go.
Yeah, in the corner, in the alley. Yeah.
Renoa says to give them a minute, and dude, this whole operation really is amateur hour. It will not let me leave to go save my game. Selfie asks if we can go home now, and wonders if this is in the terms of their contract.
When Selfie said that, I also was like, can I please just save?
Yeah, just let me save. Let me say, I don't trust this console.
Yeah.
PS5 fucking updates without my permission all the time.
Weird.
Zell can't believe this shit. I walk over to Renoa a few seconds later, and she stands up and says, they've come up with a plan in 45 seconds. Squall can't believe this shit and wants to see her contract with Garden.
Yeah.
That's let me speak to the manager shit, dude.
It's funny because this was Selphie's idea. It was Selphie's idea to pull the contract out, and so she's having this idea. Zell is also wondering if these people are fucking stupid, and which means that Zell is cognizant of their incompetence, which stresses the level of their incompetence. There's a lot going on here.
We're in deep shit.
I too wonder if these motherfuckers are competent at all.
Renoa says sure and actually produces a paper document.
Yeah.
Squall takes a knee and looks it over.
God damn it. Yeah. And Squall is truly, at this point in time, becoming my surrogate in this game.
39-year-old you bonds better with Squall than 16-year-old you? Or
I think
did
so.
Both of them?
Yeah, it's because he's like, he's both skeptical and he's downright flustered by the idiotic behavior of the people around him and the people that he works with.
I mean, there's things that I would do at work that I would never do in my own time. And I'm like, are you serious? You mean to do this? Okay, if I have to, thanks.
Yeah, sometimes his inclinations are incorrect, which...
Well, he is 17.
That's true of me too, but like...
Not me, I'm perfect.
But to be frustrated by everyone around you, like that's something that I too experience.
Yeah, it's a human emotion.
Yeah.
It's also my omnipresent emotion.
And that means I can relate to Squall better than I ever have. So that's something I didn't expect.
That's why people shouldn't be sold guns.
And I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's a good thing to be frustrated by everybody around you. That could be a character flaw, actually. Like you should.
If it's all the time, that might be you, buddy.
Yeah. But I'm glad I can relate to Squall. Thank you, Squall. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Squall.
Thanks.
The document is a bunch of legalese that confuses our heroes.
Balam Garden, hereafter referred to as Party A, acknowledges the Forest Owls, hereafter referred to as Party B. As the hiring party, Seed hereafter referred to his party, this party. Seed shall be dispatched upon the signing of this contract. Party C shall operate under the supervision ... And then Zell says, what the hell is this shit? Kind of.
Renoa then magically produces a less confusing contract, saying Sid is such a nice man. The contract fills the screen with text. It goes black, and Sid's character model is seen running around the background.
He's like 4x speed, though.
Yeah.
Like,
he has that 3x speed hack on, but he's just using it.
Yeah, and it's over a black background. It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
It says, to the Forest Owls, this seed deployment contract will last until Timber achieves independence. Wow. Please make good use of each seed member. I wish you the best with your objective. Please understand that this contract is an exception, and no replacement of any seed members can be made.
Zell and Selphie can't believe this shit.
Yes. Renoa reminds us that we are paid professionals and there's no complaining that they own us until we die or they are liberated. Fuck.
To me, this seems like a big ask of 3 seed rookies on their first day.
Yeah, what is Sid up to?
Like a lifetime contract to go liberate a nation, like very close and very controlled by hundreds of soldiers, potentially.
Is Sid dumb? Or is he up to something, or both?
I mean, as I understand it, you can send soldiers to their death all the time if you really want to in the military. That's probably wrong, but also I'm sure it's definitely happened.
Yeah.
Renoa says it's time to form a party.
Decide on the parties. Yeah.
Yes. Watts leaves. Zone gets diarrhea.
Yeah.
I add Renoa to my party and send Selphie to that stupid TV station.
Yeah. Me too.
I also switched the GF and Magic, which is actually quite easy in this game.
Also, you have to take Renoa.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but you don't have... Yeah, so
basically you're abandoning Zell or Selphie.
Yes. I also brought Zell because I think Zell's a little better than Selphie at this point in game. At least in terms of the way I have him equipped. But I just transferred GFs, whatever I had on Selphie, I just transferred to Renoa.
Yeah.
And everything was fine. Let's consult the real net?
Yeah, you got to say it better than that, though. Hold on, I'm going to say it. Chris, let's consult the real net.
Initializing real net.
Hey, real net, what's up? J question mark says, God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
Talone says, God bless the ring.
Crisp kiss my ring.
J question mark says, he's a president because he was put into power by an external force, sorceress, just like all presidents we put in charge of places.
That sounds accurate to me.
Yeah. Shy Guy 32 says, my understanding of Delling is that he's a president for life type. The sorceress didn't put him in power, if I recall correctly, although he may have taken advantage of the sorceress war to take control of Galbadia.
I mean, that's what all people who seek power do, right? Just manipulate conflict to elevate their own status.
Anonymous says the Japanese word is, and then inserts the Japanese word and says which translates to president. So we won't.
Okay, so actual president?
Yeah, we wondered about the localization there.
Right.
Wayne says, I like piffed. I said piffed earlier, and I was trying to say pissed or miffed, and I said piffed.
Piffed is pretty good. Piff sounds like a word expressed of frustration when a character wants to kind of non-aggressively reject somebody else's idea. See also pish posh.
Pish posh.
Pish posh.
Shy Guy 32 says there are some chocobos in the decoupling scene for like a second.
Oh, in the background?
Yeah. Carfo says it's not Final Fantasy without a prison. Wayne says the fake president is tremendous, okay? The greatest president of all time. Shy Guy 32 says that you can use that on Giro Giro, the undead president, Phoenix down that fucker.
Yes, we didn't mention that. You can definitely use cure spells on him. I don't know if you can use Asuna on him to do anything. I want to say that like Phoenix down has a 100%. There's different percent chances for different healing. Like X Potion, I think, might do something. I don't remember specifics, but there is a variety of healing items that can take him down in one hit.
Yeah, and that's been the case in Final Fantasy games for as long as you could target enemies.
Yeah, there's always like one boss that you can secretly... I remember it was Sito, Red 13's dad, in 7 that was subject to that, maybe. I might be wrong on that. It was in Cosmo Canyon.
My friend Dragonzord says that I love that Renoa has a different group that isn't your group. She has like her own friends and whatnot.
Yeah, like her own party.
Yeah.
Knowing that she will join our party eventually, it makes me wonder if she immediately sensed that she was grouped with losers. Or not losers, but just, we're a cut above. We have training.
Speaking of, Shy Guy 32 says the Timber Owls theme is the perfect music for suffering their incompetence.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that. It's pretty goofy.
Yeah, I think we did talk about it in the last episode.
On the last episode, sure.
Yeah. Thank you, RealNet, for your contribution tonight. We will see you next time. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on today, May 27th, 2021. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. If you like us, please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/RetroAM. Get yourself some early access, some bonus episodes, some mini-series, voting rights, stereo mix, and access to the real net. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Eric, until next time.
Yes, who will kill God?
And now you may go back to sleep. So we uncouple it, and then we follow Renoa to the left. The train is uncoupling, and the motion is in full motion video. The video motion is full of motion, FMV.
Now are we back in our own train car?
Dude, we get all that. I think we got everything. Did we fuck this up? I'm pretty sure we got everything.
We got everything I didn't delete.
I think we got everything. Okay. It's time to fight a president. Fuck, shit. It's time to fight creepy president. Creepity? It is very strange. I got a bill from DirecTV today that said that I owe them negative $88.
Do you collect that? Or did they just said 2 middle fingers, thanks for the money, fuck you? Did you get a settlement? Like, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. It's weird. I haven't had DirecTV in months. Years, maybe. It's weird. Don't know. Just apply the fuck to my phone bill, you fucking assholes.
You have DirecTV phone?
AT&T. Murders and acquisitions.
Oh, of course. Right.
Murders and executions.
Mostly.
Yes.
Rinoa says it's time for parties. Rinoa says it's time to form a party.
Okay, well, let's see. Next I went to Renoa's room and got the fucking Pet Pals thing, so we've already covered that. Eric, would you like to hear some hot sounds that I recorded?
Sure, Chris. Great intro.
Okay, thanks. Was it?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, I prefer weird.
Here's a sound effect Eric captured for the fake president's transformation, but didn't include because he used the live version of the boss music and it wouldn't have meshed well.
What? Did I write that down right?
I skipped down to where I wrote diarrhea. Hold on.